Hey y'all, good morning, Tiny Pant Nation, all the people. How are y'all this morning? Happy Tuesday. And now I'm like, let me be sure that I know that I am on the right page. Anyway, so super excited today to share. We've been trying to do these and I skipped last week. I was in Florida on the beach. And so as I am waiting to see my friend Jayna pop on, and sometimes, hey Yarrow, good morning. Next week, we are starting an 8-day fat burn reboot right here on the page. So be sure you have your products lined up, you're ready to go, all that good kind of jazz. We'll have somebody popping on live, sharing some things throughout the day and helping give you good product tips as well as, hey, let me see if I can bring you on. Just a second, girl. There, I see you. Okay. We'll see if we can get Jayna on. Won't keep y'all all morning, but it's, hey, yay! How
Hey,
are you?
good. How are you?
Oh, doing good. My outfit almost matches your wall, but
I love it.
anyway, well, I'm so excited that we could connect, and it was not even brutal getting both of us on today.
Hey.
Technology is not always the very easiest, but it was very kind to us this morning. So, all right. Well, so we've been doing these. I've been try to do 2 of these a week, so forth and so on. And I am so glad that you could jump on and share your story. You are one of the people that I would not know if you had not started Singular.
True.
Yeah, right. I know Debbie Hanks, you know Debbie Hanks, all this good kind of stuff, but I would not ever have known you. So I just think that that's super
Yes.
cool. The way that we just meet different people in our
Yeah.
lives and all that kind of stuff. So take us back. We know we're connected through Debbie Hanks. I went to high school with her, and you had done a multitude of things, I think, in ministry with her. So take us back. So it's obvious this is probably how we found it, but take us back to before. Like, what was going on with you, Jayna? Um, just your whole wellness picture in a brief way about
Okay.
where were you at, and in that. I am also very curious, like, what was the tipping point to where you're like, I've got to do something different?
Okay. Yeah. So I needed to lose 30 pounds. I was a little bit overweight. I didn't feel good. I didn't have enough energy. I had thyroid issues, so my energy was really low. All the things, when you're getting to be in your 40s and things just go to shifting, you just need a little extra help sometimes. And so I was just at that point in my life where I needed a little extra help. And so I actually was headed through the Graham area one night, texted Debbie. They were there and she said, well, hey, stop in. We're at the camper, stop in. So I did. Needless to say, I stayed the night with them. We went fishing. We had a great time. And
Yep.
she had been in Singular just a little while. She had just started. And she was telling me hers and Eddie's weight loss story. And I'm like, okay, I need this. I need to do something. And I tried other things like she had and gained it back, all the things. And so it was just such a something new and fresh to do with someone I trusted. And so I thought, okay, I'm just going to do this. And so I lost 30 pounds in 2.5 months. Definitely felt so much better. And I want to say too, I did that while my last grandchild was being born. So I went and lived with my kids for about a month during that last part of my daughter's pregnancies because they had such hard pregnancies. And so I could watch the kids, help them, do the cooking, just whatever, make life a little easier because I had that flexibility. And so I actually was able to lose that staying with them all that time. So,
So, like, during
sometimes,
real life.
yes.
Love
So sometimes
it.
life isn't the same every day. But you know what? They were very gracious and they did it with me and it just worked well.
Love it. So, okay, so you started on X Bundle,
I did.
and you've added a couple of other things since. So, and we know
Yeah.
X Bundle's the foundation of weight loss. Like,
Yeah.
when people say, what I need to lose weight, what kit? Well,
Yeah.
unless you have other issues, it's the foundation of weight loss. You can do more,
Yeah.
you can do less, you can do what you need to do, what financially or whatever, or some people just don't want to do a bunch of stuff.
Mhm.
But to get the best results, that's your starting point. It just really is.
I don't think I'd
And
have
so, but
lost
you've
it in
added a
two and a
couple
half
of other
months if I
things
hadn't had
that
the
you
X
feel like have
bundle.
been really imperative with how you feel.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about this, because one of the things that the community loves to hear is why the products. Like, what do they do? What made that so different? How did it impact you? Like, where are you at now because you changed that? So, talk
Right.
a little bit about. I know you've got a couple that you've added.
Right. So I feel like I wouldn't have lost as quickly if I hadn't done the actual X bundle, because it
Mm-hmm.
is formulated, a system just for losing the most the quickest. So I'm really glad I went that direction. And then, of course, honestly, I'm on, I think, every product we have. So it's a little hard to pinpoint, but cardio is another one that's a real big one for me, because I had itching in my hands and feet. I'd gone to the doctor, asked him what to do about it. He goes, use cortisol. I'm like, I don't want cortisone on my hands and feet every day. Plus, I'm going to wash my hands. This is not a good answer. And I just wanted to be a user of the products. And so I started the cardio. And in about a week, I realized I wasn't itching in my hands and feet. So evidently, I had a circulation problem that I didn't even know I had. So it's really cool how when we can try these products and learn some things about our own body we didn't even know.
Yeah.
And then I think the omegas are another really big one for me, because I'm in menopause now, and the shine and the omegas are really helping me through this menopause journey, getting rid of my um brain fog. I can think better with my omegas, and then the shine helping with the night sweats and the insomnia and all the things that come with that lovely time of life too.
Yeah.
So
That's my number one product. That's my,
yes,
I
absolutely.
will do whatever it takes in order to be sure that I don't miss my shine. It's the only thing I ever set an alarm around, because
Yes.
it's a lifestyle. If you miss something, it's not the end of the world.
Yes.
Consistency is kingpin. But
Yeah.
that one was so important to me that I was unwilling,
Yeah.
because I'm 5 years in menopause without hot flashes. And my friends didn't fare as well before Zingular.
Yes.
So
Yes. I'm with you.
I'm pretty
I
happy
will
about
not do
that.
without it.
So I love that. Okay, so one of the things that jumped out, and the reason that this was heavy on my mind this morning, Jayna, was I just heard a little blip on social media, give it or take. It was an interview with the doctor, give or take, whether it's accurate or not. I am not speaking to that. All I know is what I do know. And I do know that GLP-X has helped your blood sugar a lot, but you were not a diabetic. And that's so, like, Eddie was a diabetic when he started, and that's probably one of the reasons why you were so drawn to what he and Debbie were doing.
Yes.
But you were not. But so talk a little bit about like your blood sugar, because what people don't realize is when your blood sugar is going up and down, your energy's bad, your mood's bad, your cravings.
Hmm.
And most people have some sort of an issue because of how we've treated our bodies. They just don't know it.
Yes.
So would you talk specifically about that? And then I want to talk to you a little bit about why you grabbed your link before we
Yeah,
go too
sure.
long. But
Sure.
definitely want to talk about this blood sugar thing.
Okay. So I'm super excited about GLPX. I didn't realize all the benefits. And as we know with all of our products, they're natural and we don't know how our bodies are going to react. So we all have to try them, see what it does with our own body, right? And I was never like diagnosed as a diabetic or anything like that. So I never had like numbers to say my blood sugar was this or this. But we know our bodies. And my whole life, I learned how to control my blood sugars with proteins. And so I would get to a point where I would be dizzy, lightheaded. I would just have a low, like I just couldn't do anymore. I just had to sit down for a little bit, get me some protein, get something in me to give me a little energy to go again, raise that blood sugar back up. Or if I went to a birthday party and I had hamburgers and a cake, then I would just get really swimmy headed. So I know my blood sugar was just doing this
Yep.
constantly. And everyone knows that if it does that, it leads to diabetes, right? So it was always
Mm-hmm.
something I tried to really keep under control. The first great thing that we had was whenever the company came out with our prebiotic, and it really does help with blood sugar too. And I saw a difference there with our
Good.
trim sticks. They were helping me a lot, but I didn't have that consistency throughout the day until GLPX. And GLPX, after I'd been on it for 90 days, and I do encourage y'all, do not take it for 3 days and say, I don't feel a difference. It's a 90-day product, and I am living proof of that. In the first month of it, I didn't see a big change in my body because my blood sugar was so off. It took a little while it's all natural. It takes a little while for your body to adjust to that and to raise those levels, right? As you well know. And so after 90 days, even into 120 days, is when I saw my GLP-1 raising enough that my body and my blood sugars balancing to where now I'll actually forget to have a snack in the morning, where I've lived that way most of my life.
Yeah.
I'll forget now because I don't get that weird up and down. So I know my blood sugars are beginning to be more normal.
Yeah. And people don't realize that makes them feel bad. And I know lots of times people go, oh, I think my blood sugar is getting low just because they haven't eaten or
Mm-hmm.
something. And then they'll go get a candy bar, which is what makes your blood
What's
sugar.
that?
Anyway, so I love that you knew to go get
Yeah.
protein to correct that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I could go into a whole nother story, but I'm not going to. But I love that you talked about the time of it. I think one of the best videos that I've done around GLPX, in my personal opinion, was just randomly one day. It was on my personal page. I was just like, I took a piece of paper, you probably saw it, and I said, this
Yeah.
is your hormone that God gave you that you tore up. So if you think in 3 days that you're going to put the pieces of this paper back
Yeah.
together with glue and tape, and like, no, you are putting back, and that's the difference between somebody that's like doing semaglutide, which
Yeah.
is a diabetic med injected into a non-diabetic, leads to weight loss through, like, you get nauseated, like you're sick all the time. And if you're diabetic, you don't feel that great, but it's addressing whatever, whatever.
Yeah.
And so when people stop taking it, it's like, well, nothing ever changed in their body. Actually, you've decreased how your GLP-1 works, because pharmaceuticals and processed food is what tore it up to begin with. God gave
Right.
you something good, you tore it up, you got to give it more than 3 days. So you grabbed your link
Yeah.
at some point in time. I'm going to give you a shout out because we've got lots of people that have been able to really find health or maybe get their products covered for, because you decided to do that. So take me back to, why did you decide to get your link? Because you didn't start, you're like me, you started as a
Yeah.
customer, like that wasn't what you're here to do, but you went and got it. So why'd you do that, Jayna?
So I owned another business, a grain elevator, and my brain was just on business there. I'd never thought about doing this as a business, even though I'd done other multi-level marketing businesses before. But Eddie and Debbie would come over, they'd hang out, we'd spend the weekends together, whatever, and Debbie would be telling me, oh, so and so just, lost 15 pounds on their 8 day. And it was such a gratification to help those people feel better. She was so excited, and I saw the enthusiasm in her of how much fun it was to change people's lives. And I watched that and I thought, okay. And she didn't hound me about it. She didn't say, you really need to become a partner. She just lived it in front of me. And when I saw that, I thought, okay, I love helping people. I want people to feel better. And so it just drew me in, I guess is the best way to say it. And so she said, or, somehow the conversation came up, and I said, absolutely, it's time to begin to make this a business. But the neat part later was, after I got to go to conferences, after I got to learn more about you and other leaders in the company and what this company is really about, and that they're Christian based, that was a big seller to me, that it's one of the best companies to be a part of, because they'll proclaim Jesus from the stages. And I thought, okay, I'm in the right place. It's got to be about God and God based. And I mean, I haven't met everyone in the company, but I've met hundreds. And everyone I've met are good people, people who love Jesus, people who want to make people feel better, who have a heart for the kingdom. And that drew me more than anything, because I'm kingdom minded, I'm ministry minded. I wanted to be a part of that when I saw Jesus was in the middle of this. And so now, oh my goodness, what a blessing that God brought this into my pathways through Christian friends of mine to increase my own income in my life. And I got to go on wonderful trips. I had so much fun at our headquarters retreat and getting to meet all the people in the company and how wonderful they are. Like, they're truly wonderful people. We drove around town, went out to eat, hung out with them in a personal way, and you see that they're real and they do love the Lord and they do really care about you and they check on you. And it's not a typical company. Let's say it that way. It's not a typical company.
I completely echo that. And you said a couple of things that really struck me. Is, I didn't want to do this. God called me to this. This was never my plan. And one of the reasons why on my wall right here it says, perhaps this is the moment for which you've been created, Esther 4:14, is because I never made the decision. He made the decision, because I found out that people were broken. They were desperate for some sort of wellness. A lot of it is weight, because we're just in America, we just have an epidemic of that.
Yeah.
But then my two best friends started for other health issues, not for weight. And so when I was asked one time, what did it take for me to get my link, basically, was when I realized that people were desperate for something that I had, and how dare I keep it a secret? And I had been keeping it a secret.
Yeah.
I hadn't been sharing, I was in banking and so forth and so on like that. So, well, I'm glad that you joined. You've done such a great job with helping other people. You're always so enthusiastic. You're always so encouraging.
Aw.
You're a team player, and I love that you said good people. I say good people know good people. So how do you end up with so many good people on your
Yeah.
team?
Yeah.
Good people know good people.
Yeah.
So when good people start saying, I like this, then they're good people say, well, let me have some of that. Let me be a part of this. And I believe everybody should be a part of
I
Singular.
do
I believe every
too.
single person should be a part of this company. We not only have the best products that you can find,
Yeah.
but we will actually really help people.
Yeah.
And the more more that you know the people that are here, the more you love your products and you love the stuff. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It's like people truly, they fall in love with this team. They love their products, they're loving their results, but they fall in love with just the good people that are out there willing to help them. So, and we're starting the 8-day fat burn reboot, and I know you've been
Yay.
doing some great things helping with the partners. I'm about to hop on here in a little bit and lead a session for partners this morning. So thank you, Jayna. I'm so glad. If I don't see you before, which is always a possibility because you don't live too far from me, then I will definitely see you in October. But if it was
Yep.
October before I saw you, I would think that would be weird
Okay.
because you don't live too far from me, and I'm planning
Right.
on having something at my house in the next 4 to 6 weeks. Not
Awesome.
knock on wood, football season, people back to school, all the kind of stuff, but we need to be in the backyard before it turns fall.
Yes.
All right, thank you, girl. Talk to you
Thank
later.
you. Okay.
Ciao.
Talk to you later. Bye.